So today we are doing a very relaxed, get ready with me, start to finish. It's going to be a little bit lengthy because I am chatting with you guys throughout the video and also doing the steps for my makeup routine today. And it's very relaxed, just kind of getting ready together, hanging out with friends, you know. So I hope that you will enjoy this look, and if you want to see how to do it, then keep watching. Alright guys, so you probably noticed the background is a little different. I have a very small table right here with my laptop and my camera, the microphone, and everything else is out of this room. So hopefully there's not much of an echo going on here, but bear with me. I recently moved all of the furniture out of this room because in this room I just have makeup, I have like my dog's bed, my suitcases, things like that, because my house will be getting packed up in a couple of days. By the time this video goes up, my house may have already been packed or is in the process of getting packed. So I'm on my way out and I wanted to do a few videos. I'm not going to have any for the month of September. I didn't get a chance to pre-film. So over the weekend, I was packing up my box. I bought just a plain box from Home Depot. And I was putting all my makeup in there because I usually just put that in the back of one of the cars. I don't have the moving company take my makeup just because if I don't have a house, everything is going to get put in storage or it's going to be on a truck for a while. And that box is full of expensive things. So I like to just take that stuff with me. And I was able to go through my things and I realized there were so many products and palettes that I have not used, from pigments to lip products, lip pencils, to eyeshadows, individuals, trios, palettes. And one of the ones that I could not bear to get rid of was the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette. So I figured, why not do something with this palette since I haven't used it in a couple months. It's really good quality. I know it's not available for purchase if you go to Sephora, but you may be able to find colors very similar to this within the Kat Von D range or even with another brand, so you don't have to feel like you have to have this palette to do these. Alright, so I'm going to use the Bare Pro Liquid Foundation. I have it in the shade Aspen 04. I do have a review on this, and I usually just use like 2 pumps. Gives me a really full coverage, and I like to use a damp beauty blender. This is all I have for foundation application anyways, so I'm going to have to use the beauty blender while I'm on vacation. I just have vacation? No. While I'm moving. I wish I was on vacation. So I have just 1 pump that I started with here, and I'm just going to kind of work that into the skin. For the review on this, I actually used 2 pumps to give myself full coverage, and I actually thought it was really beautiful. The finish of it, the way it looked on the skin. I'm just going over a moisturizer. All I have is a Clinique moisturizer. The Moisture Surge, I went and picked up another jar of it again just to give it another go. I used to use that while I was in Colorado and I had the best skin there, so I put a little bit of that in the areas where I typically get dry, which is like my chin, around my nose, and I'm going to see how my skin responds to that. And I'm also trying out a few of the Drunk Elephant skincare products just because I recently went to the dermatologist, which that didn't go as I had hoped. This dermatologist that I went to in Nashville, she just didn't seem that warm and welcoming. I don't know. It's just, I have no idea. Anyways, she recommended a vitamin C serum if I was being serious about anti-aging. So I went and picked up this duo here from Drunk Elephant. This is the Rise and Glow C from a Day Serum and the Be Hydra Intensive Hydration Gel, and I've been using it every day for almost a week now, maybe 6 days so far, and I'm really enjoying it. Alright, so for concealer, I'm going to use my Bare Minerals Original Mineral Foundation, the loose one that I always use on my face. You know, my sister has sent me an article about Drunk Elephant and the formulations and the pH levels of their products and packaging, and they seem to be doing everything right. So I thought, let me start with that, which is an $80 serum, instead of trying or starting off with something so expensive. So that's why I ended up with the little set that I showed you earlier. And then I was talking to her about, you know, exfoliating my skin because, you know, the doctor gave me a list of things that I could do for anti-aging, like laser treatments. She gave me a list of different types of fillers that I could do because I had asked about anti-aging products. And of course, she went straight to filler and lasers and stuff. And I'm not like at that point yet. So I was like, So the gal there, she recommended the Lancer, the Method Polish. She said it will change your skin, it will change your life. So My question is, have any of you used the Lancer method of skincare that celebrities use? He's a very popular dermatologist for celebrities. He's got the method where you polish, cleanse, and then nourish. It's on the website. It's $225 for all 3 pieces, which isn't too bad. But the polish is $75 face scrub. So if any of you used it, please let me know if you like it, if it works. Because they have one for normal skin, blemish-prone skin, and sensitive skin, which I think I may go for the sensitive if I'm going to try it. So I think I'm going to go all over the lid and all the way up to the brow bone with the shade called Bone, which is very white. It's a very light shade. And I'm just kind of quickly, actually, you know what? I need to switch to a different brush. This is the Morphe E30, which is like a jumbo-sized eyeshadow brush. Yeah, that's much better. Put that all over the lids and all the way up to the brow bone. I'm going to take a Morphe M441 brush and I'm going to take the color Suede, which is really the only light transition shade that's in here, and it is a very light matte tan shade. It's not too warm and it's not too cool. It's a kind of neutrally shade, which I think works well with warm tones. It'll work with cooler looks. And I'm applying that to the crease, like my actual crease, and then just a little bit up higher. So if the lighting changes throughout the video, just please bear with me. My lights are put away. So I have a window here next to me. And the sun was shining and it was nice and pretty in here. And then of course the sun has to move. And speaking of the sun, the eclipse that happened earlier this week, that was such a cool experience. That was awesome. We were outside. We had chairs. We had music outside in the backyard. And we kind of did like a little picnic and stuff because we were out there the whole time. My husband put up a tent and everything. It was really fun. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with that same brush that I used to apply the cream color, the Bone, all over the lids. I'm going to go around the edges of that because I feel like I went up too high on this side. And just kind of clean that up a bit. And I'm going to switch to a Morphe M433 brush, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this color called Silk, which looks like that. It's a very light purpley shade. It's not too purple like Ribbon, but it's got a kind of like a mauve-y, purpley pink color. I know that's the worst description ever. And I'm going to be using a very dirty brush to apply this, so hopefully it shows up. So I'm just going to really pack this on, mostly everything on this outer side, and then working it into the crease area. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. And then with the same brush that I used to apply Suede in the crease, I'm going to go around everything. And see, I haven't even used that color yet in that palette. I used pretty much everything else, yeah, except for this one. For whatever reason, I have no idea. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do is incorporate the fringe shade, and I'm going to use a Zoeva Luxe Crease number 228 brush for this. And the fringe color is like a very soft peach shade, which I think might play kind of nice with that Silk, which is that light purple that I have in my crease. Let's hope. And I'm going to use that to blend out the edges. I mean, you can't really see it, just a little bit, but it works to blend out the edges instead of using something super dark. Now there are a few shades that we could use on the lid. If you have this palette, Twinkle, which is that soft purple, these are kind of like foiled eyeshadows. Glitz, which I love, it's really pretty. It's kind of like a pinky champagne. And then Volt. So if you wanted to make this really dark, you could use Volt. I'm going to use a flat eyeshadow brush to pick up the Twinkle shade. I'm going to tap off the excess. And I'm going to apply this to my lid. You know what? I'm going to use the Vault shade, which is right next to it, but it's a little bit of a deeper purple. I'm going to use that on the outer part of the eye. Oh yeah, that's so pretty. And I'm bringing, with the point of that brush, I'm kind of wedging that right into my crease so that it goes from all the way from the lash line all the way up into the crease, so there's not a gap between this sparkly shimmery shade and the matte crease colors. And then of course you'll see that silk kind of coming around it, and so it helps with blending. That's why I like doing my crease work, or most of it, first before doing the lid, because then I can go back and add darkness and do final touches. Because if you do this step first and then you go in with the crease, you're going to pull up that shimmer up too high. And I like using mattes in my crease instead of shimmers. And I think I'm going to start working on the lower lash line. I'm going to take that silk on a tiny little detail brush, and I'm going to add that to the lower lash line, making it thicker on this outer part and thinner as we make our way to the inner corner of the eye. And I'm also bringing that really close to the root of my lashes so there's not a gap between the color and my waterline. Okay, so I'm going to wipe off that brush, and I'm going to go in with the Vault shade, which is the darker purple that we use on this outer part, and I'm going to bring this down into this area here. So it connects from this outer V down into the lower lash line. And then with that pointed brush, I'm going to soften out those edges. And I did a little bit thicker on this outer part than I normally do because I wanted it to look a little bit more smoky and sultry, really pretty. Oh yeah. So now I just need to go back and kind of touch up anything, because I think I'm going to leave this look right where it's at. For the inner corner, I wiped off this brush really well that I used for the dark color, because I don't have another option for inner corner, you know, highlighting things, you know, steps in my routine. So I feel like I need to go back and dig for that before they pack up that stuff. But I do want to use the glitz because I really like it, and it's this light shade here. Anything light and shimmery, a soft pink would work, a champagne, a soft light gold would work as well. And I'm going to just put that right into the inner corner to brighten this up. Whoa. Beware that these are extremely pigmented. You know what? I'm going to put just a tiny bit right under the brow. Okay, so it is time to do some liner. Now I have two liquid liners in my little bag. The Maybelline, the Curvy, which is one that I like, and it's a very good, inexpensive liner. I've been using it. It's fairly new in my collection. I haven't had it open for very long. But this Lancome one, I'm telling you guys, I don't know why I can't finish this up. Like, I've had this for a couple months, and I'm pretty sure it should be already disposed of. I think it says, it's so freaking tiny, the bottom of it, I can't even read that. Maybe 6 months? I don't know. But we're going to go for it. I'm going to use this up, and this Lash Paradise is on its way out. It is dry because I used it so much that it's just done. Okay, maybe not a thin line. It came out thicker, so gosh. Alright, so I completely jacked up this liner today. It's not really working with me, and I'm thinking that I'm almost out because this was a little bit dry this time around. So this would be awesome because this was quite pricey for what it is. The formula is really beautiful. It's kind of like a satiny black finish. So nice, but a little bit pricey. And then now for the mascara. Look, my hands are just like covered in liquid liner. It's not even funny. Makes such a mess. If you could see my workstation right here, it's a no-go. So I'm going to go with some mascara. the universe is working against me. But if this happens to you, just do not panic. Let it dry. And it will flick right off. But if you rub it right now while it's still wet, I'm just going to leave it. I'm not even going to edit this part out because I don't even care. Alright, so now I have to do my blush and my bronzer. So the only bronzer that I have with me is the Bare Minerals Warmth. This is what I use every single day. I love it. It's the perfect shades. But I'm going to use my Morphe E3 brush, which is my go-to for this. Oh, it just went all over the place. Oh. So just kind of pat it. And then I'm taking the Real Techniques Multitask brush, which I love. I've had this brush for so many years, and it's still in perfect condition, just as soft as it was when I pulled it out of the box for the first time and was shocked. This was back when Real Techniques first launched at Ulta, so it's been a very long time since I've had this brush. And it's perfect. I love it so much. Blush, the only one that I have is my Physicians Formula. These are part of the Mineral Wear line, and this is a talc-free blush in the shade Natural. It does have a bit of SPF in it. The SPF that it uses is titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, which is best for sensitive skin. So I have been really pleased with these blushes, or this range, so I think I'm going to pick up some more products from this line. And then I'm going to go back in with that Real Techniques brush and just kind of blend this out, but it gives the prettiest, most natural rosy glow, like that kind of rosiness that you get when it's a bit cooler, or when you just, you know, go out for a run and you get a bit of a rosy glow. It's kind of like that, but better. Okay, so for highlight, can you believe I didn't even pack a highlight? What's wrong with me? Do I have a fever? Oh my goodness. Okay, so the only thing that I have that has a highlighting powder in it is the Kevyn Aucoin. This is the duo, the contour duo. It has a sculpting powder and then the celestial powder in Candlelight. These little minis, you can get them at Sephora, but I'm going to go in with some of this. This is a very soft, very sort of lit from within glow, so it's not going to be your disco ball, see me in Mars type of highlight. It's very, very soft. So if you're new to highlighting, or you like the most natural, softest glow where it looks like it's your skin, this is where you need to go. Look no further. Kevyn Aucoin has your back. Around the temples with it, just a touch. Now for lips, I have a gloss from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade called Vintage. It's a mauve-y kind of rosy color. I think it would play quite nicely with this look. And it's the only like pigmented gloss that I have. Everything else is nude. So I take some on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to work this lightly with my finger. And I love the formulas of these glosses. It's so creamy, extremely pigmented. It's like having a lipstick in a liquid gloss form. So if you are into sheer glosses, then you're not going to like these. These are very pigmented. Alright guys, so we are done. That completes this whole full face tutorial. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I actually really love the way this look came out, and I say this very often because I get stuck using the same things, like the Jaclyn Hill palette, or just, you know, no eyeshadow, or just very simple things. And then when I start actually using some of these products and palettes that I've had for some time sitting in my drawer, it's like, I don't know why I don't use these things. I get so caught up with some new stuff, or I keep using the same things over and over again because I just like the way they are, and I just need to remind myself of all the other things I have, because this look is really pretty and I'm very pleased with the way it came out, and I thoroughly enjoy working with the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette. I will have everything listed down below for you guys if you're interested in anything that I'm wearing in today's video. Thank you so much for spending some of your day. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.